Hello everybody, I'm going to do another video about subclassing. Um, don't worry, I'm not going to beat a dead horse and do the same topic over and over again. But there has been some recent news coming out about the game that they are going to be looking at making some adjustments for subclassing. They're going to be tweaking skill lines, skills, whatnot, passives to see about balancing things out. And so I thought I would make a video about something that maybe not a lot of people are thinking about or talking about. And that is, how do you deal with this before it gets implemented so that you're not stuck behind the eight ball and maybe something that is completely in the dirt right now becomes the new meta. Who knows? We don't know what they're going to do. I have no idea what they're going to adjust, but I'm going to make a suggestion in this video. Right now, we have time, and there is a very long event coming up here let me see here, I've got it written on here. On the 18th of December, the New Life Festival will begin, and I'm pretty sure that event will have double XP tied to it. And so what I'm going to talk about in this video is that you should work on leveling up all of your skills on your skill lines. Now, you've probably already done that somewhat when subclassing came out, but here's what I'm going to talk about in more detail. What I'm going to recommend is that you get as many of these as you can, which you should have them from logins and whatnot. If you don't, then you can just use gold to respec at the altar. But what you're going to want to do, if you have a main character, then you can do all the other class skill lines as opposed to, like, for example, this is my sorcerer, so I can't power level across the account anyway, the skill lines. But what I can do is I can go in here and I can check all the morphs like this. See, these are both leveled all the way. Go in this one, buy it. Okay, so this one's leveled, but this one is not. So I'm going to recommend that you go in and you verify, as you can see, this one and this morph here, the explosive charge has not been leveled. The Aurora Javelin has not been leveled. For the Blazing Spear, the Luminous Shards has not been leveled. You see, I've only pretty much leveled one morph for the most part on all of these, and that's because it is a lot of work to do. This one I've got pretty close to leveling both, so that's good there. But I would recommend that you go through all of the skill lines and look at both morphs of every skill and every ultimate for the classes. And that way, when this drops, you'll be able to, now see, this one's good. I've got both there. But if you level everything before it drops, then you can use whatever is good. It doesn't matter, because then you have done the work beforehand and you can use everything available, and you don't have to worry about, oh man, I've got to go power level this now or that or whatnot. So if you're curious about how to power level really good, I've got a really, really fast method using alchemy writs. I have a video that I've done on that. I think I'll maybe link it in the description of this one. That way you can really easily find it. But I wanted to do a video on this ahead of time so that you guys can gradually work on this. You don't have to cram it all in like a 3-day period or whatnot. You can just kind of maybe take a day here or there, do some alchemy master writs, do your daily writs every day. That way you can keep getting those master writs. But I would recommend that you don't start doing this until the New Life Festival, when the double XP kicks in. And another thing is, when you're turning them in, make sure that you have uh, a very high and potent XP modifier on. For example, if you don't have the actual certificates from the logins and whatnot, such as like these Grand Gold Coast ones. If you don't have any of these, then you're going to want to try and get the mythical, or excuse me, the Mythic Aetherial Ambrosias. These are, you can buy these on traders, or you can possibly have somebody make them for you. You may have to give them the materials or some gold to do so, but this is really going to increase how fast you can level stuff when you're doing the master writs. And just watch that other video for how I power level things. You'll see how fast and easy it is. You just, again, I'm going to reiterate the same that I did in that video. You really want to go in the menu and check the progress of it every time you turn in a couple, because the updates that you get on the screen that your skill lines and skills are upgrading is really far behind, and you can really waste a lot of XP if you don't pay attention to actually going in and verifying whether or not it's time to slot a different skill. So keep that in mind. Another thing you might want to try, if you have extra time, get all your weapon skill lines up all the way. That way you can use your characters virtually in any role: tank, healer, DPS. Um, the the race is not really as vital as it used to be because there's so much power in subclassing. There's For DPS, Dark Elf is still really good, and it is helpful, but because there's so much power in a subclass build, these don't really uh, move the needle as much as they used to. There's just so much more power in builds now with the subclassing, but that may change. They may nerf a lot of things. That's traditionally what they do in this game, is nerf things rather than buff what needs to be improved. Um, Hopefully they don't do this time, and they learn from their last uh, efforts of what they've done. I think it's better if they improve skill lines. For example, I think the dark magic skill line needs to be improved greatly. I think they need to reorganize skills on the sorcerer and the Templar so that they are clear uh, DPS, tank, and healer skill lines. Right now, the base game classes are a little bit of a mess because they have stuff scattered all over the place. For example, the Templar has their spammable biting jabs in the Adric Spear, but then their execute of Radiant Destruction is down here in the Dawn's Wrath. So that's kind of a mess. And so same thing with the Sorcerer. They've got crystal shards here in the Dark Magic, but then the Mage's Wrath is down here in Storm Calling. So I think they need to tighten that up and make that so each skill line, or excuse me, each class has a DPS line, a tank line, and a healer line. That way, each of them are going to be viable for those roles, because, in my opinion, when they have them mixed and they have diluted um, skill lines that have goofy stuff in there, I don't think I think that's one of the reasons why they don't get chosen, is because there's just far better choices to pull from. And so um, that would be my hope. We'll see what happens in the future, but I think it would be a really good idea for everybody to come in here and level all the other stuff, so that whatever does happen, you're prepared and you can use whatever you want, and then you'll be able to just pop on whatever. So that's what's going to be my video for this time. If you like this video, please check out my YouTube channel. Go down to my created playlist. That's where I have all of my organized ESO videos. I've been trying to post a lot of YouTube shorts for my original ESO songs. If you haven't got a chance to look at those and listen to them, I would really appreciate giving them a listen. I spent a lot of time writing the lyrics, creating the images and the videos and all of that. Um, they all have lyrics on the screen, so if you want to learn what they are saying in the song and all of that, their lyrics are on the screen for those, for the full video. I also have quite a large variety there. There's some metal songs, there's some synth horror songs. If you like the show Stranger Things, I kind of modeled a couple of the songs to sound similar to the opening credits of that show. It's in that vein. I also have a funny blues song about Make the Liar. And there are probably a good 3 or 4 that I am working on right now to get out. So hopefully I'll have a couple more out fairly soon here to add to the collection. I'm trying to provide a wide variety and give a good playlist. Give them a spin while you're playing the game. See what you think. Let me know in the comments of those if you like them. If you've got any other suggestions for songs or interests for those, let me know, and I'll see if I can try and wind something up. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.